Hello, this is Dr. Lisa with Private Practice Made Easy, Your Turn to Lead. Today, I want to share with you an amazing resource that I've been using for the last couple months, and that is called OpenEvidence. And OpenEvidence is a real-time medical intelligence for your patient visit. So I thought I'd just take some time to navigate through here. So you can use this for a variety of things. So on the landing or home page here, you can ask it any medical question like, what percent of individuals experience nausea with SSRIs? And it will analyze your question and then bring up research supporting your question. And you can actually, it'll give you a summary and then it'll actually, and you might want to hone in on some of the summary and it'll take you to the reference. And the references are all at the end. And you can actually go like Prozac, right? Or here's incidence of adverse events and comparative tolerability of SSRIs. I can go there and I can click on the article right there. So it's all evidence produced, okay? Let me go back and tell you another thing that it is great for. It'll actually, let me see here. It'll actually do for you, where is it? I forget where it's at here. Oh, it'll write patient-friendly educational tools for you. It'll write home care instructions. Um, It'll also, if you go over here, um, it'll have a collection of your questions. So any questions that you ask routinely, you can go over here, need to look to see what information you got from a previous question. So that history is over here. So that's one way you can use it. The other way is you can go in here and put new visit and transcribe the whole conversation with your patient. So there are templates here. There's a SOAP note, H&P consult note, and you can even customize a template as well. So you can just add your template if you want. So pre-chart is if you click on pre-chart, you'll see a basic, note there where it has the subjective, objective data, assessment, and problems. You can use that. So you go in here and so whatever template you want to use, you click on, then you transcribe. So here I'm having a conversation with my patient. It's going to record it and you can get the raw transcript or you can get, the note and it will integrate the transcript into the note. So as you can see, as I'm speaking right now, it's transcribing, okay? As you're talking to the patient, this is what's brilliant and very helpful. You can see here, it says on the right, are there any other questions I should ask the patient? You can click on that and it's going to generate questions. What, as you're speaking, these are things you can ask your patient. The other nice thing is it'll check for specific contraindications in your plan. So if you say something to your patient that's not quite correct, it's going to correct you. It'll also give you research to support what you're saying. Okay. You can even ask questions. So I'm in here and the patient's asking me a question. Maybe even if there's like they're on, a medication and you're going to order a new medication, you can put that medication in there and see if there's any contraindications or a new they tell you something new about the status of their medical, their medical status. You can put that in there. And then you can augment your plan with evidence. Okay. You can also go over here and upload documents like before your appointment, a previous note, or anything maybe labs, anything you want to add here to this patient, you can. And then you can have a summary of the history. Okay. So it's really nice. So then after you're done with the appointment, it'll go ahead and transcribe everything and generate your clinical note. Now, this is not directly integrated into your EMR, but it'll make it, as you can see, of course, I don't have any subjective or objective information, but it'll integrate all that information in here. And then you just copy and paste. It's almost like a Word document. And then you just copy and paste that into your EMR. But what I find to be really helpful is when I'm talking to a patient, I can actually sit there and quote statistics to them. So I'm putting you on this medication, and 25% of these patients exhibit, Steven Johnson syndrome. Or, as they're asking me questions, I don't have to say, okay, let me get back to you on that. It'll actually in real time provide me the answer, and it will also provide the evidence. The other thing that's really nice is I can add my patients in here. So let me just I'll put my name in here, and I can upload anything I need um, related to the patient, like labs, previous notes. And by the way, this is all HIPAA compliant. Or I might want to just paste something in here, put a note in here, patient called in a crisis. Okay, patient called, needs appointment due to manic symptoms. Okay, and I put it in there. And then I create the patient. Okay, so over here on the far right, I can go over here and it'll list patients. And there's my patient, which is me. Okay, and then all my information's in there. Also on the far right there, you can see where you'll have all your visit history here, your question history, patients, and then of course all your templates. You can customize templates, as I was saying earlier. But you have to really get in here and play around with it. And please play around with it before you get on with the patient. Um, and then the last thing I want to tell you about was I actually was in participated in an advisory meeting. And during this meeting, I was actually transcribing, having it dictate the whole meeting for me. And there was a group of about 8, and of course I made sure it was okay with them. But as we're talking about different topics, I'm able to like bring up the research. And I thought that was really cool as well. Lastly, it is compatible for an app, so you can just get this in your phone. In fact, it works better, I think, on the phone, um, because you can have your phone right there recording. If you have multiple screens, which if you use this on your laptop, when I'm with patients, I have multiple screens, so it's much easier. It's going to be much harder if you only have one screen. So use multiple screens or use your phone. But yeah, it's an amazing, amazing website. And I would recommend that you try it out. Let me know what you think about it. Please come back and leave a comment. And by the way, this is free. It is absolutely free. And students, you can use it as well. If you're an NP, you do have to put your NPI number if you're a provider of any sort. You have to put your NPI number. And I believe there's also some educational material in there that you can go to and get CEUs for, or I'm pretty sure. It might be just for medical, for docs. I'm not sure. But I know there is I haven't really navigated in that part section of OpenEvidence, but I believe you get CMEs for some of the educational tools that they have in there. So, all right. Well, I hope you like it. I hope it helps you with your patients, and try it out and let me know what you think.